like
Oh,
traditional
bro.
aliens.
What's a traditional
Bruh. But
alien?
check this out. They made these things so little and unassuming. Like I could just punt this little motherfucker across the parking lot, bro. Like, come on, bro. If you
Bro,
gonna show me an alien, I
This
want to
is
see
a
a
mummy.
motherfucking alien.
they're not. Yeah, bro, they're not real, bro. Those shits are fucking fake as hell. Fake as
Oh, you mean
hell.
the aliens that
Oh,
they
the ones they
showed us
showed
aren't
you.
real?
Bro, I could put that
Yeah,
little
yeah, no,
cute
I
ass
can agree
alien in
with
my
that.
pocket, bro. You kidding me?
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
sneak his
Yeah,
cute
he,
little
he
ass in the
was
sneaker con.
No, that's what
The
I'm
fuck?
he
saying.
was a wee little fella. He was a wee
That's what I'm
little
saying.
guy.
All of it, the recent alien trials and all this shit, whoever they have whistleblowing, it's all misdirection, bro. Like it's all look here while we do shit over here, right? Look here while we send another 200 billion to fucking Ukraine or something. It's just misdirection, and nobody really cares anymore that the aliens are. We've already all known that there's shit out there, or just things that are unexplainable. But your little paper mache alien, like I don't know. But Canoe, every whistleblower since the 50s and 60s have talked about these things being like 3 feet, 3.5 feet tall. But those ones they showed us look like 1 foot tall, bro. Nobody told us about the 1 foot tall aliens. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm calling cap on
Facts.
the one
I
footers.
I believe in the Fermi paradox. Like I used to believe that there was something. There's like shit out there, but like man, I never experienced it. I'd never seen it. So like how can I say that something is like legit when never have I seen anything like the shit that like people say they've seen and all this stuff. I don't know. If you don't know what the Fermi paradox is, just look it up because that's honestly like honest. I believe that we are like the only fucking civilization in like our galaxy at least. There's nothing that fucking has technology like that to come here and do this shit because it could like blow us all up and fucking just kill us if they want to.
That's big wow right there. That's a
People,
big wow statement.
I don't know. I just that's what I believe. I like I don't understand how we can even think that there are aliens when 99% of us have never interacted with one.
I think more fun rabbit hole to go down is Project Bluebeam, and then why they might be starting to show you aliens to desensitize you. That's a better rabbit hole.
Hey, Cano, do you believe in meditation or any of that, those type of practices?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do. I mean, what does that have to do with the aliens, though?
Well, it's speaking about how you can transmute to a higher frequency. And if you believe in that and have made it that deep in those practices, you understand that your body, your mind can leave your body and go to different places. And with that being said, if you believe that we're the only people who are here in this galaxy, what do you think are inhabiting these other frequencies, these other places? Where do you think you go when you dream? What, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever
I've
tried
well, man,
DMT?
I've taken hella psychedelics, and I've gone to places like that for sure. I've seen some crazy shit, but like, um, I don't know. Like that's I could go deep with the alien talk, man, but I just don't. I don't really believe in them. Like I said, when I was like younger, I would like tell you, oh yeah, aliens are there, but ever since I got older and started researching the Fermi paradox and realizing that shit just did, I don't know, they're just not, they're not there. Like these things would not be getting caught by us, is what I'm saying. Like if they could travel through time to come to our planet to do stuff. So I just think yeah, it's just a distraction to all the other problems in the world. That's what I look
so
at it
Well,
as.
do you believe in
go
ghosts?
ahead,
I
man.
actually want to know if you believe in ghosts. I know it seems funny that I'm asking that, but you use the evidence of like, oh, like 99% of population hasn't encountered a alien. That's one thing, but like 75% of people say they have like any kind of paranormal stuff, like encounters. So what's like the
Yeah,
thoughts on
ghost
ghosts?
is something. Yeah, no, I don't. I believe in ghosts a lot more than aliens for sure. Like I think I've experienced ghosts before, and like I don't know. I don't look at it as like anything bad. Like I'm not scared of ghosts. It's whatever. Like I do think they're real though, but then again, it could just be us getting psyched out. I don't even know. Like when you think you hear a ghost, like, is it actually a ghost or are you just tripping kind of stuff?
I mean, it's whatever. Let a ghoul run up on me. It's whatever.
Yeah,
I've
bro,
actually
whatever, man. Like, if it's gonna take me out, take me out. Like, I don't give a fuck.
no, I agree with that statement. But I've actually seen a ghost or I've had a paranormal experience that I remember, and I have witnesses to as well. I'm not gonna get into the details, but that's what actually started my journey to make me start getting into meditation and understanding how to um, raise my vibration to a higher frequency to experience other energies or other energetic encounters in life. So I think it's all wrapped into one. These little paper mache little beings, no, I think they put this type of situation out for people to have these type of specific conversations to say, man, that's all fake, right? And turn to look the other way and like, man, it's just some BS. Of course they're gonna say that now, right? But they put out the paperwork or the official papers that showcased how to have an out of body experience, how we live in a simulation, how you can control. Like the government has gone all the way in. And you see how much media attention they put on these paper mache aliens, but you didn't see anything about that in the media when that paperwork came out officially from the CIA and all the Project Bluebeam and all the other situations that they had going on. So that's what makes me kind of understand where you're coming from, Canoe, because if they're going to force feed us some bullshit, you more than likely know it's bullshit. But all the other real stuff, they turn the other cheek and look the other direction and hope people don't figure it out.
Facts, facts. I mean, they could be real. Like, I have an open mind. Like, I could change my mind about aliens tomorrow if like something crazy does happen. But yeah, I think the shit today with all that shit is just it's a joke.
Yeah, they was man small. Like that was crazy. And they said they found them in like the mines of Mexico. Like that shit was crazy. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's
it's
wild.
funny. It's funny we having this conversation. I was gonna come up and ask if people was buying a new iPhone, but shit. I mean, I guess we're gonna get into it. Let's get into it.
I didn't have to upgrade my old ass phone because the app works, baby.
Bro, you need to just update the old phone anyway.
Which one are you on, Johnny? The 12?
6
I don't
plus,
even know.
man.
Probably the 11 plus or something. I don't even know.
Yo, I got a 6 or something on my burner, and it just stopped work. Like a lot of the apps just don't work anymore because the iOS don't update to a specific the latest iOS. So
You gotta update it, man. I know you're doing something with the Vision Pro when they drop. Like, there's no way you create what you create and you're not getting to the Vision Pro situation. And you gotta, at
I
least
don't even
know it's
know
gonna be thrown off.
if guys could handle that. I'm already like half blind, I swear. So put that thing on, I might go full.
Everyone's eventually gonna have some sort of Vision Pro.
Well, then I guess I'm fucked.
Smart contacts.
bro, I don't think I'm getting the Vision Pro.
You'll be walking around with your clones as your people, your identity for the day. You'll have your like CRLs on one day, getting like, you know, all your points and life currencies, and then you'll like flip your hat from the angel to the demon because that's your vibe, you know? Like it's there, you're just gonna see everything, and we're gonna be living in a multi-reality because we already do.
God, that's terrifying. Am I right, Shadow?
You guys are gonna kick me off stage for my shenanigans
No,
tonight.
no,
I'm
no.
talking about like
No,
all
we
this
rocking with this, baby. Keep it
aliens,
coming. No, I'm
talking to
rocking with
people on the
this.
street. Oh my god, I'm doing such a bad look right
No, it's
now.
good.
No, this is a real look. We know this is how you get down behind closed doors. It's all good. You can be yourself here. No judgment.
I mean, it's all I post about anyway.
Nah, but I'm definitely getting the Vision Pros. I'm getting at least 2 pair, man. Like I said, it makes perfect sense to have such a high demand. Everybody's gonna be looking for these things. Everybody's talking about it. Like it's the new computer. It's a new way to create a computer, right? And they're gonna be such in low quantities. People gonna want to dive into it, and that just equals opportunities
So
for
what you're
me.
saying is I'm gonna need to buy a bunch to resell them.
Yes, that's
There we go.
exactly what
Okay,
I'm saying.
now I'm picking up what you're
I
putting
was gonna
Then
say
you
that it's the very first Apple product that you don't look at, you actually see through. It's literally gonna make it's gonna be like whatever the first iPhone sold for, and however many years later unboxed.
100%, and
This
you
is
can
a new
flip it
type
now.
of
Remember how iPhones came out and you used to be able to flip those because people missed out on them? It's going to be the same thing of that, same rehashing of that, and you'll pay for your own personal pair by selling multiple other ones. So I'm getting as many as I can get my hands on, to be honest.
Hey man, if y'all ain't got friends with some actually you can't like go to your local mall and go to the Apple store. Like you gotta actually go to like a main Apple headquarters, like one of their big ones. Befriend some people there. Because what people are failing to oh well, Dre, I gotta do tell you this because I did get some updates. Fuck, why are all these spaces recorded? Well, it's all right. Ain't nobody
Drop them
looking.
anyway. Yeah, man, they ain't looking for your boy. Go ahead and drop that out
Yeah. So these Apple Vision Pros, it seems they may have a customer limit because, and it's like, oh, well, everybody has a limit. You can get around that. Well, this time there really is going to be like a limit because apparently the first initial sales are all going to be out of Apple stores. So you're not going to be able to like, cook this on like a website and like, oh, I got it. Like you're going to actually have to physically, you're going to have to get an appointment. You're going to have to go into the store because you have to get fitted for the headset. You have to get fitted. They fit you. You have an appointment. They fit the headset to your head, and you get to buy one. So, for those who are going to be trying to flip, I mean, get ready to actually do some work for the flip because it ain't going to be like a click of a button. Oh, I got it. Like they're doing things like really different. So, the reason why I'm saying you got to get friends with people in the store, there's a certain time frame when that queue opens up for you to lock in. What people don't realize is they're not like it just automatically opens up because sometimes stores close. They can manually adjust those things from within the stores. So you got to make friends with people who are like, yo, us at the Apple store, we gonna be opening it up at like 8:05, and that's when you want to be on or something like that. I don't know, but we're working it out. Me and my crew, we working it out. But yeah, when the details come out, it seems like Apple ain't messing around. You're gonna have to like really want this thing. 'Cause, I'm like, God damn, like they charging you 3,500 and saying you gotta wait in the line to get fitted. Well, I guess an appointment. But and you gotta make an appointment to get fitted just to buy it. Like they going all out. So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
there. I got
Dre's
a guy.
like 10 of them.
No, I'm at least try to shoot for a 3 to 5. But I got a guy. I got a guy who knows a guy. His name is Shadow. He's a really good guy. You know what I mean? He gets all the great information, so I'm not worried about anything at all, bro. I know he got me because he's just a stand-up human being. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I got my cousin. He's gonna be growing out. Dude's gonna be growing out his hair, and we gonna try to fit it because I'm trying to get two for myself, right? We gonna try to because since they're gonna fit you for it, the thing is on the resale is going to be kind of like there's going to be different bands, right? So my cousin, unfortunately, like his head is a little bit like smaller, so I'm like, all right, look, you need to grow out that fro, let it grow out. We'll get it cut down to where our head shape is kind of the same, so we get within that medium range, like a normal person's head, not like big head or small head, but we need that like strap number 3 or maybe 4, but definitely 3 if we can, not 5 or number 1, So yeah, you gotta think about those things.
It's
So
the
wait,
same.
you're spending $3,000 on a headset that you literally can't even grow out your hair, or you can't get a haircut. Like it's like really that like not
We're
adjustable at all.
I would
well,
say that they trying to get people to understand how to utilize it to the best of their capabilities. I can't see them saying the only way you're going to be able to get this product is by coming here and wearing it out. Like it's not sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
initial so they're doing something to where when it starts out, this is we gotta remember, this is a whole new line for Apple. You can look up. Apple has said that these are going to be fit to custom, right? and like, I don't want to get too techie about it, but there is articles out there, and there is official from Apple that these are going to be fitted to customers, but they're obviously going to give you eventually the option to not have to be fitted. But if you want those that drop on, let's say, February, and the next batch is not going out until April, if you want the February batch, you need to get yourself into a store. If you want to cook and buy 10, then you can just wait till April. But that limited, because the whole thing's going to be limited, but that first limited batch, you're going to have to go into a store. So, and Apple's aware that people are going to try to flip and cook and all their stuff. They don't want the news media of like PlayStation 5, where it's like, oh, in order to buy one, you got to pay $800 twice. You know, that it's just, they're gonna do some things. I'm keeping up with it. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, just be prepared. If you want it day one, you might need to take a day off.
Do you know like roughly around like the amount of units that they're planning on doing for the first, like, let's say, quarter or two?
I don't know those numbers, but like, let's do it this way. They make millions of iPhones, right? I think the shortest iPhone release, and I'm just gonna guesstimate, I think the iPhone 4 was the most sought after like iPhone release. And I think they had like 500,000 maybe. That was before they really kicked it up. And those were like, I mean, that was like people were sleeping outside. And if you did not get out, no, it was the 5. Sorry, the 5, not 4, it was the 5. People were sleeping outside, and if you didn't get it, the phone came out in September. It wasn't available publicly to where you can walk into a store and get one until January.
I remember that.
So it's
Is
supposed to be like 25% of whatever the iPhone 5 did. So I guess you look up those numbers and
how
yeah.
far how like as far as retail cost, how does it compare as far as like the high, is that like the highest end as far as like portable like devices that they've ever really kind of like released besides like desktops?
Yeah, so I'm pretty up to date on that. So you can get yourself like a Vibe is like $999, right? The cameras, the whole shebang, the whole kit. But see, I got day one a HP G2 Reverb, and that was about 15-ish hundred. But see, the one that Apple's competing with is like the HoloLens. The HoloLens right now is already $3,000, and it's hard to get your hands on those. So as far as high end, there's only like really 3 or 4. I don't really count that fourth one because it's just made to look at Lamborghinis in like 8K, like very, very fancy high end cars that nobody will be able to buy. But you can put on these special VR headsets that are super lightweight, and they cost like 8 grand just to look at your. It's stupid, but anyways, Apple and I think HoloLens, and there's one other company. I don't know if it's Magic Leap or something. They are right now at like the highest end for consumers. The other end spectrum, they go all the way up to 10K for some VR headsets, but those aren't really for consumers. They're really specialized to do like one thing. So yeah.
Apple dropped the cringiest commercial I've ever seen in my fucking life today. Tim Cook's page.
That was
Lost a
awful.
lot of respect for him today, but maybe Shadow can help me regain that. It was,
What I miss? What I
oh,
miss?
bro, you gotta go watch it. What's up, Bombay?
You already know what the day. How we doing, comp? How's your day going, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
Life is good, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. I finally got an update on my CRL, so we're good for
Good, good,
now. You know, tomorrow
good.
we might have a thread on the timeline. No, I'm just playing.
And how's the family, bro? Family's all good,
Yeah, bro.
that's
Bro, I
good,
don't have a family yet.
bro.
I'm
You,
trying to
you got
catch up to
nah,
Drake
bro. You know,
Bell, you know.
moms and pops and your girl. It's all family, bro.
Trying to catch
Everyone,
up to
hope
some of the bro, I'm gonna tell you what, we got some role model as parents in this community. Like sometimes I don't know how y'all do it, though. When I do have
it's
kids, knowing
yeah.
I have the like friends in here that are the type of parents they are, I know I'm gonna get some good
We got a different community. We got a community of a very a mature adult community for the most part. I'll say that, but we do got a lot of real people here doing real things, which is good. My boys were here for 2 weeks, bro. I'm like I've been like playing tour guide, bro. It's been exhausting, but it's been like the best. They just left yesterday, so I'm kind of sad that they left, but I can get some rest a little bit. It's been a great time hosting them. Super dope, bro. Super thankful to have good friends that will come visit you across the world. So it was nice seeing them. I'll be back home in Christmas, but yeah, no, I gotta hunker down here a little bit. I put a bid on a CIRL on eBay because I need a secure one.
What's up?
So let's see what happens. Um, let's see what happens. But yo, so for the Apple Pro, like there's a lot of like customization that you can do with it, right? Like it comes out the box. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it comes out the box as is, and you can do the out of box functionality. But is there a level of like dev work that you can do on top of it to build on it? Is that the goal,
Yeah.
right?
So so the goal is to allow people are saying in back rooms that this is going to be the first Apple product to allow this much dev
Yeah,
interaction. And the reason why that's good is because Apple at least realizes that, look, if we don't have people building on
yeah,
this and adding their own like modifications that are not going to, Apple don't like when you change it, but they don't mind, like, think of cases. They don't mind if you put a fancy case that interacts with your phone, but they will mind if you do something that like gives your phone an extra screen or something crazy like that.
sure.
Certification and dev kits have already been out. They're under NDAs. And as far as I'm under the impression, there is currently no indication that there's going to be a support for like a VR controller. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you're able to play a game with like an Xbox PlayStation controller, but Apple is kind of like
Oh,
where they're drawing the
I see
line.
what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody is going to be creating like a Wii remote for the Apple Vision
So
Pro.
now, real quick, all right. Okay. Because how are you gonna play a game, right? If you're on there, you would need some type of remote control. Um, or I don't know, maybe yeah. So now we got our 3D files for our clone, right? I Prez just set up my VRM too, which is super dope. Um, I'm not a dev like that. I'm on the go, so I don't have a laptop to like build on. When I get home, I'll set up something. Um, we have a massive creator economy, right? Like, am I? Can I? We may need some creators here that are getting that they're gonna have to get ready for the Apple Pro, so I can commission out some joint. How are we able to interact or use our files VRMs in this Apple Pro, or is that going to be something that's like
Yes.
yeah? And how what does that look like?
So, correct me if I'm wrong. I forget which engine it is, but the VRMs for clones, they are built in Mara, and Mara is built on Unity. Which one uses Unity?
You mean Maya?
Maya.
The clone
Thank you.
files come with
Uh,
Unreal, Maya, and Unity files. So
okay, so basically, the thing is that Unreal and Unity are going to be available, but I believe Unity is going to have the I guess basically if your VRMs or whatever models, if you're a developer or you or creator, I mean, in the artifact community, I don't know, I'm about to speak like a different language, but try my best to convert it. I don't know if there's a way to convert VRMs or whatever you're building to Unity, but natively apps and all those other things will be able to natively run on the Apple Vision Pro. And people, okay, yeah, that's right, because Unreal Engine is on kind of like the back burner, meaning like it's going to eventually be able to be, I don't know, able to run or able to work. but out the gate is going to be Unity that's going to be working. And that makes sense because Apple and Unreal and Apple and Epic Games, and Epic Games owns the Unreal Engine. They don't play nice with each other right now. So really, if you're developing for the Apple Vision Pro, you want to be using the spatial interpass polyspatial. I don't know what Unity calls it. I think it's the polyspatial technology in the Unity engine to get ready for all your builds and depths and ZDK and all that other stuff for the Apple Vision Pro. So Unity. I would be using
I'll be
that.
honest with you. We're a bunch of non-dev asses talking about this. We probably sound so stupid right now. Anybody listening, we apologize. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Please go read the manual. Don't listen to anything I'm saying. Uh,
Ali heard it. I'm pretty sure he was able to understand what the hell I'm talking
Hey,
about.
listen, the only Maya I know is Maya Gemma, so you're gonna have to fill me in over here.
there's somebody that like is a dev down there going, "What the fuck are these guys teaching these people?" Nah, I'm gonna. I want to ask
No,
Sophie.
but I get,
Sophie was in the
I
Matrix for 4 hours today.
no, it's good to know. But Shadow, that
5.
helps though, for real. I'm just trying to figure out how that interaction is gonna be, and then who I need to pay to get it set up.
Bro, you got it, dude. We got creators here. You're gonna be good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I want to lean on the artifact creators to help me with this. So,
Yeah.
um,
You got
but
3D files and creators, you're set, bro. So Sophie, when you say the Matrix, are you talking about what they're talking about? VRMs? Like you were in what were you doing for 5 hours inside the Matrix? Like these guys are talking
I
like
was
talking about it, but you were being about it today.
There's a lot of people actually being about it today. Shout out anyone doing ARC 33. I was in my home. I was in my apartment, so I wasn't anywhere physically, but in my mixed reality world, I was having a different experience.
How
Yes.
though? Were you in goggles or were you in AR? And
No, you just use your phone. You don't really need anything other than Wi-Fi or internet connection, and anyone can join.
so I hit up Jay Tobcat today, right? I was like, "Yo, Jay Tobcat, let's
Oh my
it's ARC
gosh.
33." And he said, "Look, Compound, I don't know who the fuck you are." And then he friended me, but I got recruited about a month ago to do ARC 33. So somebody in here had already recruited Jay Tobcat, and I have a feeling it was probably Kane. I feel like Kane or one of the other clones knows his skills. Front ran me on Jay Topcat, but good luck because I feel like he's got a hell of a chance to figure it out. What's up, Kane?
He's actually recruited on a
I
team.
know, bro. He told me, he said, I'm already on a full team to solve.
Yeah, this is no
Who's the
joke.
puzzle master for ARC 33? Like, who put the
I
puzzle?
have a I have an open
Tetra
invite
and OD Lab.
to join that team,
What's up, Kane?
but I don't. I'm watching.
Whose team is he on?
Uh, Vaughn's team.
Someone in here. Yeah, he was in here earlier. Let me get him to come
Who?
back in.
I have a open invite to join their team, but it's
Take
just like
split a Bitcoin with them, bro. You want to be on Jay Topcat's team. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know.
yeah,
It's fun watching everyone because I heard that
We
like with my clues they could just like solve it right away, but that's no fun.
Oh, okay. So you both posted a picture, Kane and Sophie. Yours is like your box, Kane, is twice as big as hers, but they have clues on them that you guys are working together with.
in them. But the boxes are still locked.
Okay, so you guys have other clues that you're working on breaking right now to open the boxes, which will open more clues.
Levels. So there's levels, and it's all a XR experience. So you can so everyone across the globe has access to experience it in their own way. The physical box are kind of more so a gift from, like I said, like the first leaderboard type challenge. And that's more of just like a gift from Tetra. It's stuff that he's done, stuff that the team has put together. Like we don't necessarily, I'm not, we're not supposed to know. So I don't know what's inside. Like it's been put out in clues. There's been a lot of spaces and whatnot. But the game today, yeah, we've just been grinding. So it was level 1. I think that's like the one question you may have had. This was level 1. It came out at 3:33 today. Anyone can play. Like I said, arc33.io, and it's kind of up to you. So We know there's more levels to come, and you can read in between the lines for the rest.
Do I need to know? Do I need a box to play, or do I need to know somebody with clues on them?
Not at all. Not at all. You need nothing. Anyone, Tetra has said it multiple times, so anyone can participate, and you technically don't really need to know anything, nor be in OD Labs, nor be in the community, and if you didn't hear it the first time, there is a Bitcoin on the table for the first person to unlock all the
Each
levels.
level,
How do we
what I'm assuming.
Okay. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, JT Top, you're gonna have to sweep the CloneX floor with that Bitcoin. Just saying,
Bro. You know, from what I've seen, like the questing looks pretty dope, and the boxes are fucking insane. But there has not been a quest master that has beaten J Cat, so I'm really interested to see Tetris like as the quest master, his skills, bro. Because
He's
yeah,
ready.
no, I bet it looks like it's intricate. So I think I'm gonna partake just so I know what's going on, and then I could ask you guys questions each night. I'll probably check it out tonight. But y'all got boxes. I got at least know 3 people in here with boxes, so I'm gonna be all right. What's up, Soul? I hear you put together a super team, bro.
Yeah, he's who you need to talk to. What's up?
If it comes up. So,
what was that? What's that Netflix movie? Not Knives Out, but wasn't this the second one or the one with like a couple people in there? They had the mystery, and then they all went to like that resort, and then someone died, and then they had to do a thing. Kind of reminds me of that.
Shutter Island.
You watched that movie? No, not Shutter Island.
The Glass Onion.
Glass Onion.
Glass
Yeah,
Onion.
that movie was a good movie. That was entertaining. The Knives Out
It's
sequel.
exactly like that. When they get the invitation, they get that little box in the mail, and then it just opens up into this huge thing. Yeah, I've been living with it in my living room for 2 days now. Like I said, I thought I was going crazy when I saw that guy in the clone thing, but this box is here, and it feels exactly like that.
I'm
movie.
saying,
So
didn't Janelle Monáe just like take a hammer to the box and just bust that shit open, bro?
I could do
Bro,
that.
Yeah.
I could do
don't tell.
that.
Do it.
Don't tell.
It's art. You guys don't respect Tetra's art.
Hey,
Then.
don't tell.
No, but that's supposed to. What if that's supposed to do, bro? By any means.
Don't tell Gigi this, but y'all should just get some bolt cutters, cut them locks. Don't tell her I said that though. Like, just cut them, just open it up. I'm playing. What's up, Soul?
Wagwan, everybody. I was summoned here.
Bro, I heard you put together a super team with J Cat.
I did. Listen, if CloneX has taught me anything of my whole time being here is when it comes to these puzzles and mysteries, J Cat's the best in the game.
Were you guys working together today? What are you guys doing? Jumping on a Discord call and Sophie spending 5 hours and it took y'all 23 minutes? Like, how are y'all working?
We were close in times.
Oh, it's an actual timed event for level 1?
No. I just meant like from when we all finished for the time being, for what I knew.
So basically, like, we're just in a Discord chat, and it's OG as well. He's on my team, and basically, like, what we do is that me and OG just gather as much information as we can, and we just bring it to J Cat, and he just puts everything together.
So they're chilling. You guys heard my experience earlier. They're chilling.
Sophie, why aren't you on a team? Or Kane?
I'm on a team. Of course I'm on a team.
Okay, good.
We're actually trying to recruit Kane as our 4th member. We're in the works of a contract, a possible 1-year contract that benefits all of us.
Kane's smart, bro. That's a good pickup, dude. It's
Bro,
like
Kane's a
Well,
rogue
the nerd,
warrior, bro.
But
the nerd draft,
I
bro.
like Kane, dog. Kane, don't reform to the team, bro. Rogue style.
Well, so how it works is the higher you rank with these like boxes, the more clues you have. And because I'm ranked number 1, I guess I have the most keys towards it. So,
oh, you're the clue holder.
For Vaughn's team, it's very beneficial.
Oh,
yeah, bro. Don't.
If we have a Kane on our team, it's a game over. Like, it's basically written in stone that we won.
Imagine having Top Cat and the clue holder.
Clue holder, bro. Kane, don't do it, bro.
Clue holder, bro. Tell them you want half a Bitcoin if you're gonna clue hold on their team, bro.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Before we get a little carried away here, I just want to put out there that I as well am a clue holder. My clue isn't as great as Kane, but it still gives us a solid vantage.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Sophie's a clue holder too. Could you imagine if you all everybody teamed up? We got a
You don't know. We all have teams. Like, we've been doing this shit for months now. It feels like this has been. I don't know, Kane. How long have we been doing this for? Definitely since May.
I
We've
think,
been there
well,
since.
like, why doesn't Gigi come up and talk? Because, like, I feel like when we got added to the groups, there was like 7 people in it, and now the like group chat has like over 100 of like the core members, and then there's Discord, which probably has a lot of members in it.
Is popping. I was gonna say, by the way, if anyone does want to join the Discord because they're talking about ARC 33 and the VC all day long, maybe you guys can recruit some members in there or something. If you do want to get into it, Compound. I know you said you're gonna check it out later. You might want to team up. Anyway, just hit me up and I got you with a link. I have some.
Max, I literally came in this space earlier on to like chill with the clones and get away from all this ARC 33 stuff because my DMs are literally flooded with like ARC 33 maniacs just trying to get ARC 33, and here you are, just more ARC 33.
bro. I feel so bad. You came in here and all you heard was fucking Apple Vision Pro. I would have left too. We had people putting comments in like, "Ain't no way we still talking about this 6 months later." So I'm glad you came back, though. I'm sorry that Sophie did this to you.
You missed the alien talk. We could go back to that. There's a couple other options, but sorry about that. I agree.
I did want to mention here, I did get confirmation that anyone that's going to the show this weekend, I think emails are officially sent out. Anyone that applied or went online to do the process, I think I just got confirmation that all the emails are out. So if you haven't checked your email, you should be good.
Oh, they all went out? Because I know Connie's doing these things one by one. Shout out, Connie.
Connie basically just said if you can mention a bad take tonight that I officially sent them all out. They might be sending 1 or 2 more out, but he just said if you can mention in the bad take, it'd be great. And if anybody does have any questions about a +1 or their ticket, please reach out to Cass.
Yeah, shout out Connie. Thank you, Johnny, for the update. Did you get yours, Sophie? No, I got.
I was just about to message you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good.
And we have an artifact town hall tomorrow. It's going to talk about all the details of what's happening with the tickets and the +1s and the events and all of the above. So make sure you jump into that so you can ask all the questions you need to ask there as well. But if you have any questions, shoot them up. We here right now. What's good?
What are you guys wearing?
Is there going to be an artifact booth?
Mind your business, Max.
He's just driving the whole car through the front door of the convention. He doesn't need no pit.
Can I spit out like a conspiracy that might happen? If that's like, I don't know. I've just been thinking about it or like over the last couple of days, and I was like, just kind of putting clues together. It might happen. It's like so far fetched, but again, I'll just say it. So I saw that Takashi Murakami is having an exhibition in San Francisco on the 15th for his art exhibit, right? And that's in San Francisco. Anaheim is just a couple hours away, and SneakerCon is on the 16th and 17th. And they're debuting the Air Force Ones, which he's a part of for the first time on U.S. soil. I don't know. He is from Japan, and he flew, I don't even know how many hours to get to the West Coast, and just a couple hours shy of the weekend where they're going to debut his shoes for the first time. Not saying he's going to show up, but hey, if he does, that'd be dope. Not thinking he is, but if he does, that's sick. Just thought I'd throw it out there. I wasn't honestly thinking about it, and then I just saw the art show, and I was like, well, maybe he might just come up.
I wanted to go on record. See, I called it. It was like, I got to go on record on this. That'd be crazy, bro. I feel like a lot of people in the building might know who he is. I heard he did a shoe with Nike, 2 shoes with Nike. I heard he makes some pretty dope art. I heard.
I mean, you want to talk about a marketing opportunity.
Yeah, bro, that'd be crazy, huh? That'd be some good content, man. What do you think, Dre? What's up, Ash? How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? You said if you have any question, and I had one. Been dropping in your spaces for the past couple of months every now and then. So in the past, I don't know how long you've been running it, but what's the worst take that was brought up in the past, however long you're doing
The
this
worst
for?
take?
Well, it's called bad take, isn't it? So what's the
No,
worst
I
one?
got you. No,
Pan.
I got you, bro.
You've been writing these down? All
No,
right,
I
hit
don't
me.
even need to write them down, dude. There's just like those takes that you're just like, that's the worst take I've ever heard. So,
Damn it, did I get rugged or is he
Bro,
not?
that's the worst take
you hear
right
me?
there, bro.
Oh, fucking yeah.
All right.
Bro,
Comp.
I can't hear you.
Is he rugged or am I rugged or is he fucking with me?
As long as you don't say watches, man, I'm good.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
All right. I had to get off my Wi-Fi. Yo, Elon knew I was about to go in, so he rugged me. My bad. So we have this guy named Shadow. He comes in here every once in a while. He's here sometimes. And he said that the Monolith X is going to have nothing in it but watches.
I'm
20,000. That's it.
flipping this.
So that's the worst take I've ever heard in bad take. And then somebody came up and said aliens aren't real. Second worst take. Or at least I'm just playing.
Dude, you should write these like in the format of codes and just like have their ad sign underneath and just mint a collection of bad takes.
Just bad. Bro, there's been a lot, dude. Dre,
You could put rarity on it. Like, if they're horrible, you just like that would be the rarest one. It's just like worst take ever.
the
And
first
then there were ones that is just like, yeah, not the best take. You know, they'll be common.
I mean, these are recorded spaces.
there was one guy who came up here and said that Star Wars and Star Trek were the same thing. That was a bad take.
Terrible take.
They're
I
like,
don't know who that guy is.
Was that you, Bombay?
No, it wasn't me. It was someone else.
The way you said it, the way you said it, dude.
and then I told my co-host that one time I had sold these red shoes, and he said they're called Red October. I said, nah, this is just red shoes. So I don't know. He gave them some weird name called Red October. That was a pretty bad take.
Where's
I
That
don't.
subscribe
doesn't
when you
sound
need
that
them?
bad.
Where's subscribe when you need them, bro?
Oh, bro, we got some subscribe takes. Subscribe said that you should dump all your money and invest in brick and mortar stores because brick and mortar is the future.
Brick and mortar,
That was
baby.
one of
Brick
the
and fucking mortar, bro. He's not wrong on that, but it's just gonna be a long term thing.
My man said Foot Locker of all places, not just brick and mortar. He said invest in Foot Locker.
Yeah, I think that's the best. That's the best worst take, bro. Invest in Foot Locker. Go ahead,
he
franchise
said
yourself a Foot Locker in your local neighborhood next to the Big Y, and you'll have a nice living right there.
he said to invest in brick and mortar like I'm a construction worker. Like, what do I need brick and mortar for, bro? Are you kidding me? What am I gonna do with that?
Dude, this is making me want to search my post for wag me, #wag me to see my bad takes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I think it would be too cringe.
I got some
Kuro
terrible
said that
takes.
WAGMI stands for we all got mental illness. That's what Kuro said. It's true. All right, Ash, tell us your bad takes, bro.
Dude, honestly, I can't think of one right now because, like, obviously it's all great takes. But uh, I will look it up, the like #wag me, and I'll share it next time you're live.
I'm just glad that we all got past the phase, the WAGMI phase. If you ever went through the WAGMI phase, I'm sorry. It's not real. It's not a thing.
That's how they get you,
We're
though,
still gonna
right?
make it, bro. We're
That's how
still
they
gonna.
got me,
Yeah, you join NFTs, you're like, yeah, bro, we're all
bro. I fucking bought a Wonder Pal for 1 ETH. Like that was just wag me, bro. Like
we
Wait,
got yeah. I mean, we all
terrible mistake.
compound. When you first started running spaces, was it always called bad take? Like, did you just think of it right away?
yeah, no, the first one was called "What the fuck is bonk?"
because Bonk was like some shit coin that was trading. So I was like, I'm gonna run a space, and it's called "What the fuck is."
Oh yeah.
It was like during like Christmas, because I was just kind of trying to see who would come in here and tell me what's going on, and then that was like one of my first kind of spaces, and then we ran one space that wasn't bad take, and then the second one, I was in the gym parking lot, and I was just like, we got to call it bad take, and I told Dre Mill and Vince didn't like it at first, and Dre Mill said, let's run it, and I was like, it's ironic, bro, like it's just an ironic name, but we can't ever put nothing else up there. It's just got to say bad take.
It's a really catchy name. It's short and quick. It's funny too. So it's pretty good, comp. That's a good thing you did.
You should
No,
seriously mint the bad takes, bro. Like
he hit that
honestly.
out to the park, man. The
He
bad
smoked
take
that, right?
situation.
Like that's really good.
Yeah, like when he brought it up we had a Telegram group chat. Him and I was in, and he was like, "What you think about bad take?" And I was like, "That's good. That's
It
it.
is really good. It is really good. You got
That's why
first.
he was
It's
like,
like your
yes,
first
it's
take.
ironic because we giving nothing but great takes,
Yeah,
but they're not bad. But people don't think they're bad. No, that's great. That's great.
because
And Cop always try to play himself like, nah, man, I'm not that creative. I don't really. That's your thing, Dre. That's your thing. And I was like, bro, everything you coming up with is out of the park. This shit is crazy.
it's funny because like whenever there's somebody who comes in here that has like no idea about CloneX, I get those random guys coming in. They're always like, "Oh, like what's your bad take? It's like what's a bad?" And they always like start with a bad take. So it's a pretty welcoming spaces title for literally anyone just to bop in. So it's pretty good,
And
comp.
that was the whole. He said that too in the telegram, man. He laid all of these points out at the beginning. My man masterminded from the jump. I forgot about the what the fuck is bunk. That's when we met Vince because Vince came in with the numbers for bunk, and that's why he was originally part of the original Bad Take crew until he
He's the numbers guy.
deserted
The
us and
numbers
left
guy,
us.
bro. We do need a numbers guy back.
And that's exactly what Comp said. He said the same thing. He's a numbers guy. We need a numbers guy. He's giving us all the numbers from everything. That's crazy, bro.
But you know how
It's
in
crazy.
first
9 months
take, right?
later, it's
Like on
come back.
ESPN, they got the two personalities, and then they call in the numbers guy to break down the stats, bro. That was good.
We had a
I
good balance, man. But Vince just deserted us, bro. Like NFTLA. We even put my man in the creative visuals for NFTLA and everything, and he just fizzled away. Not everybody can make it though. You know what I mean? We appreciate his time.
I made sure that I even told Dre, I said, we can't put nothing else in the title. Like, we can't engagement farm the title, put all these hashtags and all this like random stuff up there. It just has to say bad take every time.
You
Even when
should
we
just
had
tweet out the worst take of the day, though. That would be nice. So if I miss it, I could just read it.
Oh, that'd be cool from
that's a good
the
idea.
bad take Twitter too.
Yeah, that's a big good idea. We even had some big names come through and talk to us. Like Jeff Staple came through, and it still said bad take. Like Farouk was in here, it still said bad take. Like we never switched up and put anybody up in the title. It just was always bad
You know
take,
what's
no matter
funny
who.
is
Like we had
Did they
Will in here
also have
yesterday.
a bad take?
Oh, I mean, for sure. It's always somebody who's gonna throw some bad takes in. Like this one time we had this doodle named Ash that came in and kept talking about bad takes the whole time. So that was crazy.
I'll never forget Ash now, bro. He just made himself memorable. We got the doodle named Ash.
you know what's funny is
We have a
like this.
Charles.
Charles, that was some of the worst takes, bro.
Charles the Doodle came through
Charles
too.
the dude. But bro, we had a motherfucker on the stand.
Charles, I forgot about that when we met him in real life, and then he came to bad take. That was wow.
But Ash, you do have a pretty dope doodle. I'm not gonna lie. You know what the good thing about bad take is like okay, like leap space, right? Like it's leap space. It's not like, but bad take like transcend anybody. It's like the bad take spaces. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's really dope that it's just like the bad take crew, bad take spaces. It's its own entity. Just pretty dope.
That was by Grand Design too.
I try to make sure that my hosting is in a way that it feels welcome like that, where it's not like Compound and Dre space. It's more so open conversation. So even earlier when the Apple Vision Pro talk was up, and I put the comment at the top, I'm not going to change conversation or stop conversation. It comes up, right? Because then it makes people feel more welcome to come up and just talk about whatever they want to talk about. And that just because I'm hosting it or like, we're hosting it doesn't mean that we ever had a plan to dictate any narrative. And I think I've talked to Dre multiple times on that, like on that exact thing is let's keep it like peaceful and keep kind of conversation flowing. But we never have pre-planned a narrative. We never pre-planned a conversation. Like even we had Jeff Staple come up and we had Will and Farouk. We never got together. Like, let's get some questions together. We just like, all right, figure it the fuck out. Let's just see how it goes. And I think that it's just more, it feels more natural that way, honestly.
I agree. It feels like Seinfeld, like anything goes and moves from one thing to another. It's like the space about nothing, but we get so much information in here. And that's the sweet thing about it too. Is even the name Bad Take Crew, that was by grand design because we wanted everybody to feel like they were part of the narrative. Like we was coming up when we was trying to figure out the official Twitter name, it was like Bad Take something. What's going on? The Bad Take Crew, and then you had the the analogy BTC, Bitcoin, Bad Take Crew. Everybody's a part of this, so it's not just one or two people who make it up. We all make it up. So say like with Comp, he's going out of town next week, right? And we're gonna have other people come up here and do their thing. And this is the time for the people who are part of the community to come up and lead that joint and do how they want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the whole point. We want it to be a funnel for the community to continuously have their voice being heard, no matter who it is. You can come, you can go, you can stay, you can leave. Vince, hopefully Vince come back. I always give him shit for leaving, but I always want him to come back. You know what I mean? So anybody who's down there who wants to jump up and start speaking more, you never spoke on a space before, you feel like anxiety when you start talking in front of people, the only way to get through it is just to do it. And this is a safe place to do it, no matter who you are. Ash the Doodle, you're more than welcome to come through with your bad takes any and every day, bro. We here. 6 p.m. California Standard Time, California International Standard Time. Come through.
I got to give Dre credit on the crew part because at the time I was super adamant of trying to secure the bad take like just bad take, and he was the one who was like, "Yo, we got to put crew in there so that it's more so a collective of people that are putting in the time and content and hanging out each night." Bad take crew sounds way better. That was Dre, and I do appreciate everybody up here who has helped me co-host over the last couple of weeks. I am going to be gone next week, so all y'all, if you want to come through and help Dre co-host these spaces, it would be much appreciated. We trust everybody that comes up and speaks. For the most part that we know, we trust y'all, and y'all should trust yourself. Y'all are great speakers, amazing people.
I wanted to make it a thing where people who always wanted to jump in and speak, like they can host it. Like host it next week. I'll co-host with y'all. And we take it wherever you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? Just get the crew going. Because it's going to come a point where, we might not possibly be able to do this all the time like we're doing it. It's been 9 months, bro. It's going on a year quickly. So, and I also want other people in the community to utilize their voice. I know the homie Zay was talking about how he felt some type of way about speaking before, and now he's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, Zay, what's good, bro?
Yeah, I hate it. No, I'm just playing. No, just real quick. Thank you for hosting this because it allows me to make my job easier. So again, I just want to remind people that if I'm helping you ship out those crypto kicks, please hit me up, shoot me a DM if you talked to me before, because my DMs are just buried, and this was months ago. So if I promise to help you and you send a pair over to my house, I'm getting them in. I have a shitload in my fucking living room right now. The problem is that they're all addressed to me, so I don't know who they go to. So last time I jumped up here, I had somebody reach out to me, and I'm getting him his pairs now. But yeah, if you're down there listening and we talked and we made arrangements, DM me again, please, and I'll get your pairs to you. And I also want to thank Ali publicly for the new PFP. Shout out to that man. He's a legend. And that's all for me.
Yo, he killed that, bro. That PFP is stupid nasty. Banana nut bread. Filthy, disgustingly dope. He killed that. Yo, if you check that box and it's a size 14, one of those are mine. So just send them to me. It's all good. I'll pay for postage.
Yo, I recognize the background from somewhere, Zay. What's that, bro? I love the background.
It's just some image I got off Pinterest.
Oh, bro, I didn't expect that. Oh shit. What's up, Jace Bennett? Look at you, bro, on the right time zone, flying across the world, flying ass, 24-hour ass.
Well, I first came up because I heard Shadow and he was like, Unity, Unity, Unity. So I requested up, and then I was like, oh, I don't know that kind of Unity. I thought it was because I was on the same time zone kind of Unity. But now, man, I'm in Vegas waiting for a shuttle to take me and all my sleeping kids home tonight, and then I'll head out to LA. So it's good to hear everybody.
Welcome back to the States, baby.
Yeah, man,
I heard Vegas was crazy with the MGM hacking.
Yeah, I don't know. All those people have left. This place is dead now. So we're just drinking smoothies and hanging out, waiting for our shuttle to take us home. But no, it's so good to hear everybody, man. I'm reminiscing when you're talking about early bad take days, me pretending to do laundry so I could chat with you guys until 2 a.m.
Dude, Jerry would be up in the attic or in the garage.
In the garage.
Room. Baron would be like with a sleepy voice, mic up to his mouth, because everybody's sleeping around him.
I did
remember Baron used to fall asleep with the mic on. You can hear him like he used to go ham.
Well, I did catch Meryl was naked on the toilet the other day, so that was a good time for me to chime in and listen. That was a good one. I'll always remember that one.
Now we all will always remember that one. I didn't even have to have that imagery, but thank you for that. That's what's up. These spaces used to go for hours, 8 hours.
Didn't we do it? We had it so that it ran all the way through the night into the next day. A couple of those times, right?
Those early days was wild, man. It was like Fight Club, man.
We'll be back when the bull run comes back. I'm sure y'all will be doing 24-hour spaces again.
Oh, it was it was not the bull market. This shit was the bear. It was winter.
It was the worst.
Like it's winter, so nobody could most of these guys in here, they live in the snow, so they can't go outside anyways. And then here, I didn't have nothing to do in the winter, so I didn't mind staying up late. But now in the summer, I like to get a good night's sleep because I like to go out, get my workout in early, and get shit done now. But in the winter, everybody's home all the time. That's what I think it was attributed to.
I used to have to wake up early and take my kids to school and all that, and we up till midnight. Like I had to just leave. Like, all right, man, I gotta go. I gotta get off here. These joints used to just go forever.
I don't understand how you.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that we, as in like this community, I feel like there's a lot of things happening right now, and we possibly could do those things, but I think a lot of the energy is really just kind of being saved and banked for this weekend. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna be doing a live stream in the Discord. There's gonna be some videos being posted up all over the place. Like it's gonna be kind of nonstop, like 24/7. So that's what I'm waiting to see, and I'm not even going.
Nah, bro, we're not posting no content. Sorry. There
Oh,
ain't no
keeping it dry, baby. Keeping it dry.
Doing no interviews. Johnny won't have any fits of the day. Ain't no way. Especially after the one. Like, you don't need any more, Johnny. After today, bro, like, yo, give us a chance, dog. After today's
Give us some... God, dude, give us a shot.
Like, bro.
Okay?
Dude, I'm out here trying to inspire, bro. I'm not trying to kill on y'all, bro. But it's like, yo, I think it's just like the style, right? It's like, you can put the fit together. These shoes, people sleep on them. It's like, yo, you can make it work.
Bro,
I'm just going to put every piece of season 1 that I have on and be like, this is the fit of the day. Be like covered in like 10 hoodies, a vest, a jacket.
Customizing the season 1 pants right now. It's like another pair of mine, so they're going to be crazy.
I do have some good season 1 news for me, though. Not that I got my email notification yet because I'm not going to be back to Scotland for a month. But one of my friends that lives close to me here in Utah, he just messaged me and he's like, hey, Jace, I got this whole box of all this artifact clothing. Bro, after my wallet was drained, I don't know what I'm going to do with any of it. Didn't I buy some of this for you or didn't you pay me? Just come over here tomorrow and we'll go through it together. I'm like, yep, I will. I'm going to come over real quick. How early you wake up?
You got pants?
Yo, tell me what you got. I'm buying, baby. I need some extra larges and double extra larges or whatever it is you got. I got the
No,
cake, whatever he
first,
needs.
I'm going to dive all the way into that box and get my hands all dirty on all of it just so I can because I've been waiting so long. And then I'm going to give you a call.
Yo, Chase, if you bring me some artifact pants, I'll give you the Azuki stuff that you already paid for that I have. Deal?
Yeah. Same deal here. I give you the signed book from Bobby Hudgens that I've been sitting on for months, and this T-shirt that's been on my desk forever.
Yeah,
These are some
I'll
good
give you some.
negotiations right here.
I'll give you some toys that I bought from Dre a while back, and we'll trade up.
Well, I'll dig into this box. I'll let you know if there's anything in it or not. And maybe it's all football versus jerseys or something, but I'm hoping it's more than that because he did have a couple drip clones. He had, anyways, a couple of angels and stuff, but his whole wallet got drained. He clicked on some stupid links for like, this was before the Cool Cats one. Anyways, he lost. Anyways, it sucks. So,
Hey, can I ask you your friend? And then this is not to
No,
Patreon.
Shadow, no, you can't ask him. Shadow always go for the jug
You
every
know what,
time,
Shadow?
bruh. How
Every
much
time.
money did he have in there? What
No,
happened? How many
no, no.
clones?
I'm asking.
How much money did he lose?
I'm starting to get really confused because I'm just like, so was it, I'm guessing it was like the Cool Cats link where there were some people where obviously you got Grail, so you got your MetaMask, and so so they plugging up the MetaMask. I mean, not MetaMask, the Ledger, or was it on his MetaMask? Which one was it on?
so it was he didn't have any, I want to say protection on. He didn't have any security on this account. He was still just like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. He'd only come into Web3 every once in a while, bought what some of our friends had told him to buy, and then just nothing. And then one day he's like, "Oh man, this is epic, awesome! I get this new, I forget what it even was," and clicked it, and they just drained his whole wallet out. But still, he got his season one before I did, even though he doesn't have any of his tokens anymore.
And I am sorry if I do come off like cold-hearted. This is how I see it. I hear these stories, right? And I listen and I'm trying to put myself in their position. Obviously, it's like it's always you got to hurry up and do this now. That's the gotcha. And if you fall for that, that's kind of like step one. But then, like, my step two security is like, Pocket Infinity, which is not perfect. But then my step three security is me forcibly not allowing myself to access my ledger unless 15 minutes goes by. And I just hope that within that 15-minute period, that I've done enough research and have confirmed that it's the right account. Or if the account was hacked, by that point, within like 2 minutes, people are like, yo, this is a scam. Like it just happens so fast. But and I do feel for the guy because it sounds like, he had a lot of grills and stuff. But look, I got some friends too. They have clones, and one of them he swears up and down, no matter what I tell him, I'm like, look, I know you come from a stock, type of background. You understand how scammy all this stuff is. But you're sitting there telling me with your clone and your MetaMask wallet with no extra securities that you're just not going to click on any links because you're not on Twitter that much. And I'm just like, yo, as a friend, I would feel more comfortable if you had a ledger or something. Just because, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna go like a month or so not checking anything and come back, and then all his stuff is just gone, right? So I don't know,
You
but
gotta let people who want to take the L's hold those L's. But one thing you gotta understand too is that they will never put out a rush mint for anything. It'll never be like, or especially for artifact, it'll never be like, oh, you gotta hurry up and do this right now, or surprise mint. Like never, everything is always announcement. We get announcements of announcements of announcements, so you won't have to worry about a hurry rush that could potentially drain you anyway. I can't speak for other projects, you know what I'm saying? But I just know from the experience that we've had here, it's never been that hurry up and do this right now.
I
yeah,
mean,
and
I've had like honestly like people that have been in this space for a really long time. I forgot what it was. It was a vicious attack. One of my good friends who was like a whale, and Dre, you know him, but he had like Bored Apes and clones and all of this shit like drained. But it was like off of a mint that was supposed to literally happen at a specific time, and then the guys knew it, and they hacked all of their accounts on Twitter and Instagram and everything like that, and their Discord all at the exact same time maliciously, and told every single person in the community to like mint at that exact time, and then literally like created like, I mean, they did it so professionally. I mean, it was well thought out, but like the amount of money that they drained out of the amount of whales accounts was absolutely insane. And it was just like there was nothing they could do about it because, like what you said, like after 2 minutes, they would be like a social announcement. There wasn't a social announcement from anyone for over an hour because like all of their accounts were hacked. So, again, just be diligent. This is why I love Artifact having that app, just taking it off and like being able to like give us notifications and like giving us that extra layer of protection. But, this is where it has to move for all of these mistakes that have happened over the last couple of years. I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been in here. I mean, we've seen the best of the best, like get fucked. And it's not just from like, just like a random thing, but it's like people really out here maliciously trying to fuck you. And it's just nonstop when the money is there. And,
Dude, the most
people coming
annoying.
in every single day.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shadow.
No, sorry, man. I was just
I
gonna say,
gotta correct a bad take real quick. Sorry. Johnny, do not fucking stop with those fits of the day. Okay? I've been thinking him here, laying here, being like, there's no one I can't. What am I talking about? Leave some for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing me. So don't stop that shit, okay? It's inspiring me. I'm gonna start copying your shit, and you're giving me inspiration, about like how to look like a cool Baron, you know what I mean? All right, go ahead, Shadow.
Johnny looks so fucking cool, dude. It's sickening, bro. Keep killing it, Johnny.
Whatever, Baron. You better not
Keep
stop
killing it.
either, bro. You gotta get those dad fits going for all of us, man. Come on.
Dude,
No,
people coming up to me like, what are you dressed up as? I'm like, I don't understand your question.
I'm
That's
Johnny
why
Kick,
that's why I keep
motherfucker.
saying about Dre. I was like, I can't wait till Dre gets these crypto kids. I know that motherfucker's got style. So it's like, can't wait to see his fits of the day too. It's like, yeah, just out here trying to inspire, right? I think our community's dope, and we got some crazy shit. And again, with the Air Force Ones coming, we're just getting started.
Yes, sir. No, you killing it for sure. Especially today with them space trips, man. Nobody can deny how fire they are. I think they just didn't know how to put them together. And with you doing things like that, it gives them an actual visual to see, like, oh, okay, this is how you can do that. And them shits was crazy. And that
Bro.
kimono and everything I've been looking for that G Dragon kimono jacket vest combo forever. I've been waiting for it to drop because it was $350, and I was like, do I want to pay that for this right now? But then I'm waiting for it to go on sale and grab that joint. But I also wanted to see what it looked like on. And you wearing the vest yesterday was the first time I've ever seen anybody wear it, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah, and
I
that's the
gotta
kimono that goes along with it. I mean, it's thick and high quality. I mean, the $350 price tag. I mean, this was made in the same factory as Artifacts making their shit in for sure. I mean, yeah, the quality on that, and with the vest on the back pocket and everything like that shit is crazy.
And they've never made a vest like that before. That shit was dope, man.
I will say, bro, the purple and the sunglasses is all that was needed to match the space matters. Like that's what matches, and it looks so good together, bro.
Yeah,
But even the
It's
photos
simple
you
as
took
that.
too, though. The photos you took of the soul that you posted up on Instagram, I saw that shit was crazy too, man. Like all of those was needed. I was looking for somebody to post photos for me to send to somebody else to be like, yo, check this out. And those was the photos that I sent to the homies. My fashion homies who are Web2 homies who actually style NBA and NFL players. I've been talking to them about these shoes and the Air Force Ones forever. Right? Like these were the people who was like, oh, that's how you pronounce it, artifact? I thought it was artifact. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the Web2 homies who are looking to get into it. And those were the photos that I sent them over. Like, yo, this is what it's about. Check it out. And, oh
the
shit, that's crazy.
Space Matters in particular. I mean, when you come to sneakerheads, it's like, especially people that know Nike and shit like that. When you just look at them, they are insane with that like faded outsole, and then like the vibrancy of the top, and then when you add the light package on top of it, and then you auto lace it by like literally double clicking my heels to unlace them and shit like that in front of them. They're crazy, bro. Triple black, you can't go wrong. I'll tell you that much. You just wear triple black with them. Just let the shoes speak for themselves.
My dude sent me, like, he's a stylist. He sent me like these. He was like, oh, you need some parachute pants. Got these purple off-white pants, like the brand off. It was, man. They're gonna go crazy. Once we go to SneakerCon and people see them in real life, it's gonna go crazy.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you guys that you get everyone gets their pairs all in time. I'm like literally putting it out in the universe and keeping positive vibes out there for everyone.
It's gonna happen. We got it. It's gonna happen.
I
I'm
just
hella
need one
excited to see
pair.
the Air Force Ones too, man. I'm really excited to see those. I mean, again, for all the pictures and everything like that. With the Crypto Kick I was like, I kind of knew what I was already getting because I saw like the samples in Miami. But it's like with the Air Force Ones, I mean, you saw them in Japan, but I have not seen those at all. So it's like to be able to see like the actual material choices that they decided to go with in the manufacturing. I'm super stoked to see those actually in person.
It's
Going
gonna blow
down
your
like a
mind,
week
bro.
later.
It's gonna blow your mind, man. I'm telling you, bro. Wait, the lenticular. Wait. It's gonna blow your
All I
mind.
needed to hear was Dre say lenticular. I think I can chime out now. That's what I came for.
How many pairs of shoes did Dre sell just by himself when he came in spaces like months ago and just said lenticular? Y'all should see the uppers. Everybody's like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but the sales just started happening on OpenSea.
Hey, I'm gonna say this right now. Lenticular, I think that's my favorite kind of like deal. I'm trying to get into these shoes. I'm trying to figure out what my thing is, but I like lenticular. I like anything that has like where you either if it's electronical or just fabric where it looks different like with the light and all the other different stuff. I'm not saying like that's the future, but I do think I don't know if reflectiveness is like the word, but just having just solid colors, it has to like feel like it's alive or something. And I feel like lenticular is gonna kind of be the thing, but that's just my opinion.
Saying
Man, I'm telling you, wait till you see them in person. Like the pictures do no justice. Wait till you see these Genesis, and man.
Yeah, because that's the thing is in the pictures, the Genesis they look super flat, right? But then in certain pictures, they look like got that sheen and that shine to them, right? It's like sometimes it'll look like a matte suede or a nubuck or whatever, but then sometimes it looks like literally that holographic stuff that like you would scratch your finger on and feel it, like you know what I'm talking about?
It
That
looks
it's
like
like you
that.
can't
It
even
looks
really
like
tell.
both at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to describe. You have to see them in person. That's why I jumped on the Discord when I was in Tokyo. Like, yo, do not sleep on these. Do not sleep. And then LeBron wore them the next day, and it was a wrap.
Somebody talking?
I don't know, but I'm about to go crazy with it. Just wait, bro. Like,
What do you
just
got?
wait.
Bombay, which ones did you get?
I got the drips and I got the Genesis because I knew from the get. And I got the blackout CIRLs. Um, yeah, bro. They're gonna be crazy, dog. Like but I still think the best fit pick or the fit video was the homie with the robot vest, and he had all the different candies and the little the drips inside the pockets. Like I still think that just like that man just went so crazy with it. Like I was dying laughing, bro.
I mean, when you got utility pockets,
Yeah,
you gotta use them, right?
bro, just he was so funny when he walked into the room. He's like, "Let me put my tinctures." He got the gum. He got the wallet. I was like, "Bro, he's going
Dude,
crazy."
I saw that like first thing in the morning, and he had me like choking, trying not to laugh and wake up my wife. Like, dude, I was dying laughing, man.
I
Walked in there, I
think I
thought he was
watched
gonna.
that video like 20 times just because like of how brilliantly authentic he was when he was with it, bro. And he doesn't own a clone, bro. Like that's the most beautiful thing about it. Like he just loved it, and that's what makes it special, I think. And that type of dude right there is a motherfucker who needs a clone, bro. Like we just need 20,000 of them dudes just chilling because they love it. So it was really beautiful to see. I think the people who don't own clones who own the kicks, who own the clothing, like that shit makes me happy, like more than anything, really.
Hey, we think these floors gonna be slowly getting picked off after this weekend, man. Gonna be getting some new clone holders. We're gonna have to host a well, I forgot what the hell I named that space. Beginner's guide to the CloneX ecosystem, bro. I feel like y'all gonna have to host one of those next week, man.
Hey, bro, I got a CloneX starter pack message that I have copy paste for the Discord. I need to work on it. I need to work on a like a ecosystem overview tweet. I think that will hit so I can add it to the starter pack. Um, we used to have one, but it's a little outdated. So I think maybe it's a good opportunity to write a thread if someone is into writing threads. But yeah,
Shadow.
yeah.
Hey, man, I'm getting off hiatus after this weekend for all the people who missed out. But no, I'm being for real about that space though, man. Y'all won't believe like there's a lot of people. I know there's a new clone like every single day, but I think from my group alone, I believe, and this is not an exaggeration, I believe at least 27 people from that space where I hosted, um, and you and Compound, y'all were on stage helping out with the questions and stuff. From that point, from that space up until now, 27 people that was in that space are clone holders. And I mean like long term, like I saved up all my pennies for this clone holders. And whether people want to believe that or not, I got into an argument in another space way before this with somebody who was like, I was telling them, right? This is before I even joined CloneX. I was telling them as I'm like saving up, I'm like, yo, yeah, I'm doing this the easy way. I'm going to save up and get my clone. I could take out of my crypto portfolio, but I feel like that's just too risky. And crypto's a risky asset, and NFTs is an even riskier asset. So I should play with money that I'm totally fine with losing. That way I have the most enjoyment out of the whole journey that I go on. And he's like, yeah, well, that's good and all, but you're not gonna really be helping out, because like, these NFTs, certain NFTs should only be in certain people's hands. And he was talking about the Bored Apes, and I know this doesn't reflect on Bored Ape holders, but he was basically like, the reason why we got our floor up to where we got it to is because people were doing big things and people were of one mindset. And I feel like, if most of you guys get one and the price go to 40K, you're just gonna dump it. And that's not the type of people we want. I was just going back and forth with him because I was like, look, there's people who are seeing an opportunity to join something great. And so what? If they leave at 40K, whatever, I mean, I would say, yeah, like whatever people need to do. But the problem is that right now, all the people that you're talking about, they want nothing to do with it because of one mistake. I see that as an opportunity for myself and others of the like to finally join in on one of these great projects. So that was just kind of like the short version. I would actually like to hear what y'all's opinion is,
Well,
but
Shadow, let's be real, bro. Those guys that didn't sell, like they did have, I mean, early Bored Ape holders like their Diamond Hand Masterclass, but they didn't sell at 120 ETH, but they are selling at 20 ETH. So, yeah.
That's a fact. That is a Snapple fact. So they talk all that stuff, right? It's easy to say it when you up, but when things is down, where the people at? And I think that's the one thing that we showcase through our community is the mental dexterity is here. Like people riding because they want to be here. People go into those type of situations because they want to have the opportunity.
And
Well, I
we
think
saw
too.
that.
I think too. During I mean, too. There was so many people that I knew that wanted to get into this project that just couldn't. It was like unobtainable at that point, right? And then being in this position, I mean, I honestly, I see it as a blessing. Honestly, I was able to get like a clone that I actually loved, that I didn't get off of Mint, and I took it. I was like, yeah, I'm never getting another clone again. Like, there's no possible way I'm going to be able to justify it to myself. And then with the market the way it is, like, I just waited and got it, and just knowing all those other random people. I mean, when you really justify the cost of these things, it's like how absurd they were. I think at 56K at one point as a floor, it was like, I mean, when you look at it now, it's like it's obtainable, or justifiably obtainable for a lot of people now, where they can sit there and be like, now I can get in, and they are going to cherish the one that they have, right? It's like a lot of the people that started this thing, they had too much money, they didn't even know what to do with it, and so they were like just buying everything because again, it was a quick flip because there was so much money to be made because so many random people were coming in because they saw so many people getting money. But obviously, this is the point where it's like if you're here now and you held, I mean, again, it's different, right? But and with every project, right? But I think with this one, it's special. But it's like for me, it's like seeing a lot of my friends being able to scoop them up now. It's been amazing seeing how many just in the last 6 months have been able to kind of grab their dream clone, and they still just might have one, but that one they're cherishing and they're going to hold for a very, very long time.
It's the recycle. It's like because we actually saw like what's happening with like Bored Ape. Like we saw that around 3 to 5 ETH is when you had a lot of people who minted clones, got in super early, rode it all the way up, coming down now, and it's like, you know what? Like, let me just recoup a little bit, get some profit, and sell, and then you have the trickle down effect. So now what happened with Bored Ape is you had people who minted, free mint. They got in 1, 2, 3 ETH, right? Rode it all the way up, and then now it's coming down 30 ETH. It's like, you know what? Like, if they're still up, let me sell 20 of these Bored Apes that I minted. Like, and then you see, so we saw that already around 5 to 3 ETH. People just taking their gains for what they can, and then when you dump that many clones, it kind of is a natural progression as they have to redistribute. You're seeing that with Bored Ape right now, right? So it's like I think it's a natural cycle. We saw it early. It was a trigger, maybe with some events that triggered it early. But it's happening across all like DeGods, people who bought early, wrote it up, and are just kind of cutting their ties now because they need to make some type of profit, right? Even if it's small, and then
And
they get distributed. So it's a cycle that happens with projects.
yeah, and I do agree with that. And just to be fair to both parties, because he's not here to defend himself, and he's not in CloneX. But we were in a mutual group that have some big guys and some small guys and people who aren't even in Web3. But we were having a conversation, and just to be fair, the conversation started with me being hyped up, recently learning about clones, like probably like a week ago, and I'm like, man, like I'm talking about how great the ecosystem is, and I'm telling it to the group, and a lot of people are like, oh yeah, man, we were talking about price. It was a lot of, oh man, dude, like when the market comes back, there's definitely going to be another run, and these are like 80-90% off, and they're great community streetwear. We were going all in. And somebody had mentioned something. I think he said some crazy number like 100K or something. And that's when the Bored Ape dude was just kind of like, he was like, well, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Like, if people within this community and people like yourselves, you guys don't know what it's like to hold $100,000 asset. So you would sell way before then. And I was like, well, like, we can't necessarily say that. You just know that we're just going to sell. And he was just like on a high horse of like this whole, like, no, you guys are making it sound easy getting to 100K. It takes a community where that type of money's not phased by them. And he was like just going on his whole just like Bored Apes, or the reason why is not because it's because we knew how to say no and how to delist. And if you're just looking for a flip, and that's when I was like, look, we're not talking about a flip, we are talking about though positives. And one positive is that if an NFT run does happen, which I believe it will, it's obviously going to reflect on the floor price, and who knows what price is going to go to. But if some people want to join because they want to join the journey at this low price and potentially benefit from a high floor price later down the road, then that's that person's gamble. We can't tell him like, oh, well, it's not going to happen if people like you buy it because you're not conditioned enough. I don't know. That was the whole thing. I don't even want to get into it, but yeah.
Bull market vibes, bro. Bull market. I'm half of them motherfuckers probably wish they sold that 80 ETH and let it go on a 40. But I don't think we'll even ever see these JPEGs go to 100K, bro. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. But shit.
I'll say, Shadow, is that I try to end conversations with anybody who speaks in absolutes, like who says, like sounds like he was talking in absolutes, like nobody in here would be able to hold at 100K. Like that's an absolute statement. Like that's not exactly true. As soon as people start talking like that, it's like, all right, it's not black or white, bro. There's people in between. To your question though, because I don't like to get people like jumping on hopium, is no, I don't think the floor is going to pump a lot this weekend on clones, because people who tend to buy clones tend to buy ones they like and they look at. It's very rare for people now to come in and just buy the floor clone, whatever's right off the floor. And so you see clones selling, but the floor never moves because people go and pick. I've noticed that since I've been in CloneX. I was like, why is the floor always getting held down by like, if Kira was here, he'd kill me. But why is the floor getting held down by this not so aesthetic clone? Right? It's because people go and buy the ones they like, that they relate to, more than they just buy up all the floors. We've never had in CloneX where people just come and sweep all the floor clones. People just pick
That
the one.
sounds like an absolute to me. I think somebody just did 50, didn't they?
He said never.
But let's see what
Farmer.
happens with inventory app, bro. Well, I'm saying
Oh,
inventory app can change a lot of things for our beautiful flora clones. So let's see.
even,
Let's see. We shall wait.
even the guy who bought a bunch where he pick and choose like the ones that he wanted. He didn't just sweep all the ones right there on the bottom. He picked some decent ones in there too. And then the Blur farmer bought a DNA, bro. The guy who's been farming hundreds of clones from us for months. He bought a DNA clone too. So I don't know. I think if anything, the eBay floor on the CRLs will pump. It's already pumping, bro. That people are sniping them at $1,200, Dre. $1,300.
And wait, and who's responsible for that? Yo, and who's responsible for that? You have to think about this. Like, not only were we the responsible for minting it at the very beginning, right? So we actually controlled the exact amount that came out, right? Now we're the ones again who have been talking about it and hyping them up over the last couple of months to basically say, yo, you might want to hold these, right? Because of the earn potential. Then we talk about the rarity. Then we've been waiting 10 months for them, right? And so we've already been like sitting there. We paid for them. We've been sitting there patiently waiting for them for 10 months, right? There's all of this that comes into the story of it that make them value. When I said with Will last night, if you really look at every single brand in the market that's released shoes this entire fiscal year, these shoes are reselling at the highest amount out of every single shoe by any brand. I don't care if it's Jordan brand. I don't care if it's Nike. I don't care if it's Adidas or anybody else that's their competitor. And I'm talking Off-Whites, Travis Scott's, everything else that it's competing with. If you look at the current resale price right now across all colorways, they're sitting at the highest valued shoes of the year, right? And the Air Force Ones have yet to drop, right?
You know, Johnny, I've been thinking about this too. Um, it's low quantity, right? It's almost like a perfect storm. Low quantity, and like I think this is like one of the only shoes that people are incentivized to wear. Like the other shoes, they're all incentivized to sell. Like you buy, like bro, motherfuckers is buying Travis Scott's not to wear, bro. Like, and the people who are due, they love Travis Scott, and like that's why I like it. Like I want to buy a shoe because I like Travis Scott. I want to wear it. But a lot of these dudes, like that's why I just don't like. It just rubs me wrong. The whole reseller hype beast market, sneaker market. But with Artifact, you're incentivized to wear the shoe, bro. Like so, it's like there's not gonna be many out there to sell, and the people who are buying the shoe are buying it because they want to wear it, not reflip it. So I think and I want to see the CIRLs obviously are super incentivized to wear because of the app, the move to earn. I want to know if that's going to be like that with the Air Forces, or if the Air Forces are going to be like as is, and maybe they're meant to resell, or if they're going to incentivize you to wear the Air Forces as well and hold on to them. So let's see.
So
I think they're going to
we got to give.
incentivize us to wear them, man. That's right. That's what businesses are supposed to do. You know, you put out a product, you want it to get some good, useful life, and that's what I think it's actually going to be.
What's happening is that people are realizing they're going to wear them, and so they're hitting people like, that I've been getting DMs. It's like, I need to get another pair. Like I need to get a second pair because I don't have one to rock and stock. You know what I mean?
That's me.
That,
That's me, Baron, bro. I already
dude,
got
there's
a couple mints out.
so many people that have hit me up. They're like, I just need the second pair. And then I got to say to them, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
When you think about how many people that had access to these that just refused to even take advantage of it, not one, not two, like just we're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to take advantage of this at this moment. Right? I don't see the value in it.
And let's be fair, I don't think these drops are meant to be minted out. Like the whole clothing, like season 1, like it's like all this, bro. Like not everyone's into fashion who owns clones. You own 20 clones. You're not gonna fully mint out 20 pairs. So you're gonna mint what you want, right? Like that's why the whole debate of like the low supply, like why aren't clones minting, is like, bro, these things are not supposed to be minted out. Like just from the get, like they're supposed to be minted as many as you want. Like I got one CRL is what I could afford, and like that's what I want. Like I'm not gonna mint as many because like that's just not feasible for me. Imagine if you had 20 clones. You think you're gonna max mint 20 clones on for a pair for
Well,
like
right, and there's
season
guys
one
out here that
clothing?
literally
Like,
have 400 or 500 clones, right? So, like,
yeah,
yeah,
so
I get it. And like when you look at the
yeah,
owners having 100, right, and like the distribution of the actual clones, I mean, yeah, I mean, most of like that when I talk about the dunks, right? This is why I say there's probably only ever gonna be maybe 10,000 of them based off of the distribution and the amount of people that have so many of them based off of like forge costs and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, the numbers are there, but then you think about, oh wait, the monoliths. There's 5.1 thousand monoliths that yet to be opened. Right when they start announcing Forge, how many monoliths are going to be open to then get a dunk out? Then the whales who already have them in different wallets, and then all the people who have left and forgot. Right, that's when you talk about Bombay. You're absolutely right. They're not meant to be forged. I mean, they're supposed to be almost become more limited once you get these tokens, and then people don't actually claim them and shit.
Well, think about it like this too. A lot of the people who came into this project they weren't sneakerheads. They weren't looking for sneakers. Right? Like a lot of people became more interested in sneaker culture after acquiring their clone. So that early of a mint back in December, especially with all of the things that was happening, the whirlwind, the emotions, they weren't really aiming to even be a part of any sneaker culture. After they became more educated and understood what sneaker culture was, that's when they was like, yo, I need to be a part of that. I think that's also why, on top of the aesthetic being easier to digest, but that's also why more Air Force Ones became minted after time, because they saw and they understood from a different perspective. Like, oh shit, this is a totally different thing that I was never a part of before, but I definitely am interested in that. Like Shadow says it all the time. I'm really trying to get into the sneaker thing, and he's gonna mint like 5 dunks. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it will be a lot more people who participate with the dunks, because one, dunks are the thing right now. Like they're kind of fading out if you speaking of sneaker culture, but they're the thing that everybody's paying attention to, and it's the next thing. So I think it's going to be a lot more dunks being minted out than we used to. But people didn't come here for this, and even after this weekend, after people come and do IRL events at SneakerCon, I think it's going to change a lot of people's perspectives when it comes to this culture. So to answer your question, Shadow, I don't think it's going to be a clone influx. I think it's going to be a need for a sneaker soapbox spaces, because we're going to have a lot of sneaker talk to go through next week.
and to be fair, Dre, like I don't think like you like people. You don't have to be into sneakers to own a clone too, right? Like there's other reasons to own a clone, and I think that's important too. Like you had the homie come in, like I like Murakami art. I bought a clone. Like I don't even know what's good with the shoes, or I'm a 3D creator. I bought a clone. Like I don't even rock. Like I think that's okay. Like the sneaker side is definitely is dope, and it's one part of the CloneX ecosystem. Wait till they start rolling out inventory and then the AI stuff. Like you don't need to be into sneakers to own a clone. I think it's important to hit that. It's hot right now. We're getting all
Well,
the
they
shit.
also did season 1 clothing, right? They did the Ramoa bag. They've done other. They announced that Barredo thing, obviously for perfume. But if they're doing the CAA thing and they're doing brand collaborations, I mean, they haven't even gotten started with that. They haven't announced anything. But it's like I would assume that they're going to be doing a whole lot of different products. So sneakers was just like the tester, obviously, with Nike being who they are and what they're known for. But I feel like being part of like CloneX in this project, like, you are part of a fashion brand that's going to touch a shit ton of different products and a lot of different product categories, and then you're just going to be able to pick and choose, but you'll have access to it. And then
Well, this is the one point I always made too. Not to interrupt you, Johnny, but it's not just about sneakers. I'm not trying to make it seem like it was just about sneakers. I'm saying they became more interested in sneaker culture because they were tapped into it. They heard about it. They were experiencing it in that given moment. I know people came in here just for art. Some people came into it just for the tech. Some people came into it just because it was Nike. Some people came into it just because of Artifact, period, before Nike was even attached to it. So that's also what gives everybody the same, that's what builds our community. And that's what makes us so strong, because we have people who are experts of different communities, or who are participated in multiple communities outside of one specific genre. And we come together as a melting pot where we can talk to people about, like, talk to Shadow about anime. We could talk to Ali about animation. We can talk to Johnny about custom kicks. We can talk to, Jace about YouTube. Like, it's
We
so much
can
stuff
keep
that's tapped
Ash's
into it.
hand up.
And people, you have the people who come in for sneakers and then come out a 3D blender expert, or you
That's a
have
fact.
me coming in because like I looked up to Zap and I just wanted to be part of something Nike Metaverse, and now I'm friends with Subscribe. Like, see how it happens like that.
That's a fact.
What up, Ash? How's it going, bro?
Yo, I got a couple of questions and a potential bad take. So, how does this the IRL crypto kicks relate to earning while moving? Like, if you could give me a quick rundown. Like you mentioned, move to
Well,
earn. Did I?
Move to Earn is attached to the crypto kicks, where potentially you get some type of points or reward system from wearing the sneaker. So that's the incentivization to get people to keep the shoes, wear the shoes, and utilize the shoes. And this is something that's never been done before. It's an innovation that they added to the specific shoe
Okay,
first
that
with
that
Nike.
does make sense because I was gonna say, why should anyone earn for moving their ass? But it sounds like a loyalty program, so I like that. How many shoes are there from the claimed
Four
ones,
different.
IRL ones?
It was less than 6,000 total that were minted. 4 different colorways. I'm not sure about the numbers between each colorway. I can't remember now, but less than 6,000 total across 4 different colorways.
Okay, so we have a bad take. A round of applause. My bad take is that I think the shoes might flip the clones. I think they might flip your PFP, in my opinion. Why is
Why is
everyone
that into a
thumbs
bad?
upping? So it's not a bad take. Fuck.
No, that's not. I mean, that's not. That's an easy thing to
He's
happen right now, because if we're speaking right now, people getting tapped into Murakami and Air Force Ones right now, they're gonna want them right now. It'll be easy for that to happen right
If that
now.
happens, then the price ticket of the access point will increase after.
How
So makes
much are they
sense.
selling for now? The shoes?
About a rack. About a rack.
Oh, fair. Wow.
we've already
But I'm selfishly trying to get that price down, bro. But
Fair enough. Dude, the other question I had is when you were talking about like floor, and like you mentioned your all time high was like 50K, 60K. Like, what do you think at that point the project can offer that for you it feels like it's worth 60 or 50K, so you don't sell it? This for anyone.
hope
The
no, dude.
possibilities, like it was the possibilities of what you like knew that their ideas were, right? And it's just taking their ideas and giving it time, right? I think just like any project that anybody got into, and just when you think about the personal um, relationships you have with the people that were actually building the project, and their ideas for the future, that's just literally what kept me there. Just knowing that the branch that they're going to do within gaming and graphics and with the 3D clones right out of the gate, knowing that the possibilities and seeing that they were game ready with the relationships I knew that Nike had the second that they got acquired. Obviously, I got into it before Nike acquired them, but the second that happened, it was like even more. And that's, I got on the floor, went up and up and up and up. Again, it's like this long-term vision. It's like having just conviction, right? I think that's what it was. It's like the second I got it, it was like, I'm not getting rid of this for at least 10 years. And even then, I'll probably not even want to get rid of it because I'll create value from it based off of what I knew at the time, with rights and ownership, and then their vision with everything from physical apparel, becoming a fashion brand, digital juggernaut, them saying personally they want to compete with Marvel and Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z as far as IP. It was just the overall vision, and just knowing the guys personally for multiple years before they even started this project, it was just mass conviction, just in my art, and that's just from my personal side.
Let me jump in and say this real quick. The one thing that Artifact has done throughout the entire time of me knowing of Artifact is reward holders. So the people who got in early and got with the Jeff Staple collab, got with the Ferocious collab, they were rewarded when it came to the CloneX mint, so on and so forth. So to answer your question directly, I believe as long as you hold a clone, you will continuously be rewarded in some type of way. And that's what's going to make people want to continue to hold the asset.
Yeah, I guess what I meant was like, what would you be looking for? Let's say it goes back to 50, 60K tomorrow. What will be your expectation? So from Johnny, I'm taking it's more of like he values it as a collectible long term, and also an somewhat of an access pass to have premier seat for the development of the brand. So like that's what I kind of meant. Like, what would yours be?
Yeah, if I only had one at the time, I only had one clone, and I preferred to keep the access pass than risk selling and it potentially going up or missing something. But now I've had the opportunity to accumulate more clones, so I have the clones that I'll keep long term, the 10-year horizons, and then I have clones that I could take profit on. And I'm pretty big advocate of at least trying to get 3 clones, one that you could eventually take some profit on in the future, but then always having kind of like the one you're building your IP or your brand or just yourself around. So at the time though, I only had one clone, so I wasn't in it for the quick flip anyways. Um, and I didn't want to lose the access pass and anything that could potentially come with it. And they ended up giving a lot to the clone holders after I had bought my clone, so I was glad I had it. What's up, subscribe?
What is good, guys? What's up? How are you guys?
Dude, we're good. Me and Dre got a meeting right now, but I'm gonna check in with you and Murder first before we go.
Yo, about that $50,000, I mentioned it before, and people were talking crap to me. I'm like, I'm gonna sell this for $50,000, and they're like, "You sure? Your artifact your clone is worth only this much, you know." But you got someone like Ash mentioning this now, right? So my thought to this is actually, if Artifact don't go bankrupt, then it's gonna fly to 50,000. You feel me? Because
Hell yeah.
you see something like Crocs, like all it takes is to pick up trend, right? Like nobody fucking wear Crocs before, you know? Like how did that shit fucking popped off, right? But you gotta pick up on the trend. Once it's in trend, oh man, it's gonna fly, you know?
Or
Wait,
once you lead the trend, not join the trend, because we saw projects who infuse themselves with the trend, and you burn out just as quick as a trend does. But if you create the trend and lead the trend, that's everlasting life right there.
See that's the thing. When it picks up on trend, this has only so much, you know? There's a limited supply, so as people want this, the prices are gonna increase, right? Non-fungible tokens, right?
Can they go bankrupt? Like I thought, like aren't they like owned by Nike? Like wouldn't Nike have to go bankrupt for Artifact to go bankrupt?
yeah, you nailed it.
Yes.
That's what Fudders are gonna say.
No, the Fudders told us that Nike doesn't care about artifacts, so the thread writer said that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot. There's a lot of these theories around. It's hard to keep up with them.
But fudgers are good. Don't ever forget it.
They're good. What's up, Murder?
What up? I hear y'all talking about fudders, so I came in. But yeah, I've been holding on since mint. I've sold one of my 6 clones I minted. But what helped me on was like the comparison of the market. That's still something I'm holding on till this day. I feel like long term, like maybe the value's not as much there now or at certain points, but it's not worth like the risk for me to let go of these. At this point, I am and have been eyeballing buying more and considering it. If it becomes absolutely unquestionably affordable for me, I will be taking more. But yeah, I mean, I think like the thing that held on for me personally was like comparison of the market. Like what would a inside Nike luxury club have to offer that any other NFTs wouldn't at the time? I mean, I think, Bored Apes aside, I think it had more to offer long term. I still think it does. And I also think that right now, the price reflection is kind of more so as like the sneakerheads themselves are not as aware of all this, you know, and that they haven't adopted fully the NFT space and crypto and everything like that. That was what originally brought me here. I bought the shoes originally. I bought the Meta Pigeon shoes when I was like looking for shoes to buy, as far as like a tangible, like trying to look for like an investment that was something like tangible for me. You know what I mean? Like I wanted something that was legit. If you've ever used StockX or any other secondary website, or just tried to buy shoes on secondary, whether it was like eBay before they started legit checking all their shoes and everything like that, like the tech is there for legit checking the shoes. I think that that's going to be absolutely monumental. I don't think that Nike is going to be the only one to utilize that. But when it comes to trends and everything like that, and like collectability, I think that Nike has a chance to lead the charge in it. I still think it's good. There's definitely other plays in the space, but I mean, you see it now. Like we got really flooded on for being customers and everything like that, but like aside from Yuga Labs, every other project has done the same thing. They've made like some kind of money grab for whatever. And like, this is the only project that's we've gotten the money grab shit, but it's like, if you look at the numbers, like you still have opportunity to flip all of that. And, you know, maybe that opportunity increases or decreases as time goes on or whatever. But like, yeah, we had the opportunity to buy and create the supply for these sneakers and for these goods. But really, like at the end of the day, unless the project has value or like or brand associated with it, it's really not going to draw any kind of demand. And I think that, like, you know, like unless D-Gods does something, the hoodies aren't going to mean anything. And shit like that is just really not going to mean anything at the end of the day. You know, like these projects you see like Azuki minting out, having it, you know, having people pay a ton of money to mint out elementals, like that just hasn't been good for them. It leaves a sour taste in their mouth. We're already accustomed to all that shit, and now looking at all these other projects coming along with like royalties going away, and a lot of projects not really having like an income stream per se. It really, now it seems like Artifact was kind of like ahead of its time, like ahead of the curve on that. Like we had already been through that, like as holders. But at the end of the day, it's like anything else. Like Ash, like you got Doodles, man. If you like Doodles as a project, like keep rolling with it. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's definitely room in the space for multiple projects to outlive the test of time here. But at the end of the day, I think when it comes down to it, if Artifact starts doing some kind of like Web3 collabs and everything like that, like I know like Doodles you got your Crocs, like those are dope. Whether or not they're like the price of whatever them, I don't really know. But they were cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't own Crocs. I don't rock Crocs at all. I thought those looked dope. But if Doodles were on a pair of anything else, it would be a different story, right? Like if Nike came to them and was like, hey, collab with us, like any project would do it hands down. So it just comes a matter of like the brand association and comparison in the market. Like we definitely like anyone holding since the 23 ETH $45,000 floor is you know like it hurts. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Darius, we
I had to
gotta
go
go,
through some
bro.
therapy.
We got a
meeting?
meeting
All
to
right.
go. Yeah, God,
All
I'm
right.
waiting for you.
I
Wrap
go
it
long.
up.
But yeah.
Yeah, Darius, that's some good stuff, man.
I had a meeting at 8 o'clock for 15 minutes late. I'm sorry, I'm running this bitch right now before we get in more trouble. We love you all. Thank you all for coming up. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. We late
I
as
didn't get
fuck.
the meeting invite, so just forward it along, comp. Okay, see you there.
But you wait on it.